Hello, friends and fellow Disney fans. Welcome back to the Jamie Thomas Show. Today, I don't know where my
Brad.
Yeah.
I have a great idea for a video today.
Oh.
We need to talk about what we've been doing all quarantine.
I think we need to talk about Villainous.
That's right. So today we are talking about Disney Villainous. If you have not heard about Disney Villainous, it is a board game. Now, it's not just like a regular board game. It is one that adults are gonna love.
Yeah, the basic premise of the game is you take on the role of a Disney villain and you kind of rewrite history trying to accomplish your goals of villainous evil deeds. And the first person to accomplish their goals ultimately wins. What's been fantastic about this game is on top of the base game, there have been expansion after expansion after expansion with new villains coming into it. They even have a Marvel Villainous edition.
Yeah.
And so the question that the gaming community, the board gaming community always has is, well, who are the next villains going to be and what are they going to be like? Well, we thought just for fun and to change things up on our channel a little bit today, we would ask that question. What will the next villains be in the series? And what will they look like? And we thought we would kind of play a game of, well, who would we want to be the next ones in the series? But we didn't want to do this by ourselves, so we've done our very first collab video.
Yay! We got together with Mackenzie and Jonathan over at Terradice Games. Now, they are Disney Villainous fans and Disney Parks fans, just like us. So we had so much fun talking with them and dreaming about what the next characters, villains, would be.
For those of you wondering about their channel, they are dedicated to doing board game reviews, board game overviews, lists of what are good board games to play. So if you are kind of interested in that stuff, I would really encourage you to check out their channel. We love their stuff. We found them off of a best board games for couples during the pandemic, and we watch all of their videos pretty religiously at this point. Right now, we're going to get into our discussion with them where we talk about what should the next Disney villains be and what should those characters look like. Right now, at the bottom of your screen, you can see the timestamp that jumps to that discussion, which is a few minutes after we just introduce ourselves.
Okay, so before we get started, why don't we do some Disney trivia / get to know you questions. What is your favorite Disney character?
Okay, you go first.
Okay, mine's a classic. I love Sorcerer Mickey. I just love that outfit and I love all the magic, and I love the show that he does in the park where he's like shooting fireworks out of his hands. So I just love Sorcerer Mickey.
It's a tie. I really love Rapunzel. I just love that show so much and I love the music. And then Eeyore would probably be my second one. I just loved him since a little kid. I don't know why. I've always had tons of stuffed Eeyore stuffed animals.
I've always been a fan of Cinderella. She was like I thought I was Cinderella when I was 4 years old. So she's always my favorite.
I've always been very partial to Jiminy Cricket. Just the whole always let your conscience be your guide. I love that character.
Yeah, nice. That's so cute.
Oh, that's a great.
Okay, next question. Ooh, your favorite Disney villainous character to play with?
Ooh, that's such a good question.
Why don't y'all go first?
You guys go first. Yeah.
Oh boy. It's hard to pick one because I have so many that I really enjoy. I really love Mother Gothel. I love that, you're trying to do a bunch of things at once and keep Rapunzel from getting, to Corona, right? Then I also really like Ursula. I quite enjoy having to do contracts and things like that, and then having to get King Triton, so those are probably my top 2 favorite, but it's super hard to pick.
Very nice.
Man, I really should have known the questions beforehand. I got to think. Yeah, because my favorite to play and then my favorite piece of art are probably different. Like, I really love the look of Pete, even though he's not my favorite character to play with, but just the black and white artwork, and it's so different from everything else. That one's a real favorite for me. And then you guys are going to hate this because the name is actually leaving me, but the villain from Black Cauldron that was just released, I really enjoy playing that one. That one's so much fun. It's so different than any of the other characters, and I don't know, I just had a blast playing that one.
Yeah.
Maybe a little recency bias though.
We think that he also has like the coolest like miniature like play
Yes.
thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's very cool.
Yeah. My favorite is Radigan. I like absolutely love Radigan. I love his big cape, and I love his play style. The first time I played that, it like played out exactly like the movie plot does, which like I felt like I was doing it myself, but like I was like, that's so well designed. But I just think that character has like a lot of really good mechanics. It's really fun to play. And that character, your goal changes halfway through if like
Yes.
you get thwarted, which I love.
Yeah, that was awesome. My favorite, my two, because I can't pick, it would be, I really love the evil queen from Snow White. I think like I just love, like she's always my go-to. I really like how well she follows her storyline, and I like creating potions and having all of that done. And I think I like all the tasks I have to complete to win her. And then I also really love the Queen of Hearts, because I love the concept that you're doing like you have to hit the croquet and you have to like turn the cards and that actually becomes croquet. I think that's really cool. Yeah.
I'm going to throw in a question that we didn't expect, but who's your least favorite villainous character?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just had a bad experience with Scar. I think it was because like I
really
felt like
favorite?
I got really far and then I got reset back to like the very beginning practically. Like it's like the things can get removed from back into the game or something like that. I just got really frustrated with that. Like feeling like I was back at square one. But
Interesting.
yeah.
I would say for me, it would be Hades. I find him very difficult to win with, you know, having to, and you can get him set back so far.
And this is gonna sound like I'm stealing from your guys' channel here. But I probably my least favorite is Gaston, just because I think a lot was missed potentially for what they could have done regarding mechanics and that character, because he is such a great villain. And it was just a lot of unrealized potential there.
What is your favorite Disney park ride?
Oh, that's a good question. Guardians of the Galaxy in Disneyland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Mission Breakout.
Tower of Terror.
Yeah, it's even better. Like I don't want them to remove Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios. So I want them to keep it. But having the different one at California Adventure is just so great. I love how you're dropping to, you know, a whole bunch of different fun 80s
70s and 80s rock music. It's like a party. And it's
it really is. It's so fun.
Yeah. My answer to the favorite, I'm going to cheat on favorite ride because it's a twofer. Of the classic attractions, I'm such a sucker for the Haunted Mansion. I love both the creepy aspect of how it starts to the fun, goofy ending in the. Yeah, I just love that one. And then as far as my favorite just fun ride, I absolutely love Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom. I think it's the best roller coaster ever.
My favorite is the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
What is your favorite Disney park food?
Oh man, that's really tough. I really love the fruit and Nutella waffle at Sleepy Hollow.
You head on over to the Polynesian and get yourself some breakfast Tonga toast. It's incredible.
Yes.
The PB&J milkshake at 50's Primetime Diner at Hollywood Studios is fantastic. Oh, we could go on.
Yeah.
There's so much.
We love Disney World food.
We'll eat like approximately 7 Mickey pretzels per day when I'm in the park. The Mickey pretzels with the cheese dip.
I really love Dole Whip. And then I saw they just came out with Dole Whip nachos, which I really want to try. It's like a brand new thing they have in Disney Springs. It's like a dessert. It's like waffle cone and then it's like Dole Whip all in the middle, and you eat off the waffle cone.
Oh, that sounds really good.
You just dropped some knowledge that we had no idea.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Who's the Disney expert now?
Yeah. Wow.
We've each come in with a Disney villain that we would like to see in some of the new expansions, and we've come up with some ideas of how they're going to work, and we're just going to talk about it. And we'd love to know in the comments how to improve our suggestions, how to make it better, and just like have fun. Like, let's grow from it.
Oogie Boogie is up first.
Oogie Boogie.
Oh, okay. So this was the one I wanted to do. I am a big Tim Burton fan, at least his early work. I loved Ed Wood. I loved the first two Batman movies, and I love Nightmare Before Christmas. And so this was to me an obvious one. Again, when I consider the art style that could be utilized in Villainous, I think it would end up being really beautiful. And then on top of that, some of the mechanics that are actually presented in the movie are so obvious. Oogie Boogie, who is this burlap sack filled with bugs, is a gambler. And he plays games with dice. And so the whole idea as far as what would the goal be is to ultimately capture Santa Claus, get him to Oogie Boogie's lair, and ultimately roll the dice till you get to 17, which is the number he rolls to in order to kill Santa Claus in the movie. So that's the overarching.
That'd be a good one. I think that'd be the first one with dice too, so that'd be pretty cool.
It would, and what's cool is in the movie there's dice that are specific to Oogie Boogie. That would be a kind of a neat little collector's item.
That'd be very cool.
That would hopefully come with it. Now, as far as the makeup of locations, you'd have obviously 4. You'd have Halloween Town, you would have Christmas Town, you would have the Holiday Woods, which enters to all the different places, and then Oogie Boogie's lair. As far as allies, I was thinking you'd actually only have 3 other villainous allies that you could get to fight for you, and those would be his 3 kids, which are Lock, Shock, and Barrel. My thinking behind them is they wouldn't. You don't lose them. You can't lose them. So if they fight a hero, they stay on the board, and you only get Santa Claus moved into the game that is onto the board, put automatically on Christmas Town once you have all 3 allies, Lock, Shock, and Barrel, on the board. That triggers Santa Claus coming onto the board. You have to defeat him and then move him onto Oogie Boogie lair, and then unlock the dice, roll the dice by using what are those? An action. Once you have Oogie Boogie on the lair. And so that's kind of that's what I came up with. And then the reason for the making sure all 3 are there is going back to when you're introduced to the characters and they're told by Jack to go and basically entertain Santa Claus. They take it as, well, let's kidnap him and feed him to our dad. They sing a song that ultimately says, we should work together, 3 of a kind, now and forever. And so just this idea of you have to have all 3 of them, they have to defeat him and get him together. And so, and then the flip side of that would be you'd have heroes like Jack and Sally, who when they are on the board, Santa is immediately freed back up and you can't move him until you've beaten Jack or Sally.
I'm up next. So Claude Frollo is my villain from Hunchback, who I just love that character as a villain just because it's such a realistic villain. It's kind of fun. But I think the way that I would picture this character working is that they're trying to capture Esmeralda and they're trying to keep Hunchback from basically escaping Notre Dame with Esmeralda and Phoebus. So if like the 3 of them end up together outside of Notre Dame, then they win. Or I guess he can't win. And then the way he would win is if he keeps Hunchback in the tower and he has Esmeralda at his location, like within Notre Dame or something. So that was kind of the way I pictured it would work. The locations that I would see would be like the tower, like the bell tower would be a location. And then the downstairs of the chapel would be like a location. And then the village square, like outside, would be a location. And then the last one would be the Court of Miracles, the like underground layer where like the jester and like all of the gypsies were. I think that would be really, really cool. And like the way that it would work is that if Hunchback ever leaves Notre Dame, then basically like Claude Frollo would want to play characters like Clopin, the jester, or like the crowds, like the villagers, to like basically shame him into like going back to Notre Dame. And if ever basically Claude Frollo goes back to Notre Dame and Hunchback isn't there, he like moves one space closer to Notre Dame. So it's like he's like trying to pull him back into the castle, into Notre Dame. Another thing that I thought could work is that Esmeralda is a character that he'd try to capture and control. But if she's in Notre Dame, then she has sanctuary, so he can't move her.
I like that.
Oh, nice.
That's good.
Like, I was like thinking of like certain locations would make characters safe, so that you couldn't like mess with them. So they could like try to keep her there to help her have a Hunchback escape later. So I guess your bad guys would be like the guards and stuff, and Hellfire, like some fun like She Will Burn cards. And then like I think good guys would be of course Hunchback, and then the gargoyles, Victor Hugo, and the other one I just remember that was the author's name, and then Phoebus and the goat Jolly would also be in it. I wouldn't let Esmeralda be attacked, so he can't attack Esmeralda. And if Phoebus gets attacked, he would get sent back to Notre Dame because he's injured, and he gets like rescued. So that was kind of how basically you'd keep all three of them on the board at all times. They never come back down.
That's
awesome.
fantastic.
I like that a lot.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
I thought that it was too dark at first, but then they did the Horn King, which is like
Which is
same
real
damnation and death and
Yeah.
stuff. So now I'm like, they can definitely do it. Oh, and I came up with a name for it. If he was the cover of the box would be called The World is Cruel. So that would be his.
I like that. That's perfect.
Next up, we have
Can you see this upper screen?
King Candy.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Okay, so I've always loved Wreck-It Ralph because it kind of reminds me a little bit of Willy Wonka. You know, you're transported into this world of candy. You know, it's so colorful. It's just really beautiful. It's kind of a kid's dream. You want to step into that video game, right? And so King Candy, aka Turbo, his goal would be to stop Vanellope from racing. And in order to do that, he would need to find Ralph, make him his ally. And how you would do that is by giving him back the Medal of Honor and then getting him, so you're using him to destroy Vanellope's vehicle and then putting her in the Fungeon, which was the fun dungeon.
Oh, that's a really good one.
So locations would be the Cart Baking Facility, because I just love that one. Sugar Rush Speedway, King Candy's Castle / the Fungeon, and then the Diet Cola Mountain. And his allies would be Sour Bill, and his power could maybe be to find Ralph in the pile and then bring him to King Candy's castle. And then I was also thinking Winchell and Duncan could also be his allies. They are the donuts that are cops, and they could maybe have the same power too, where they can find Ralph, so you kind of get him from the deck quicker. And then the Oreo guards, you know, Oreo. I thought they would be some good allies too. And then I was also thinking you could have the racers, you know, because he has kind of wiped their memories. So you'd have Taffeta Mutton Fudge, I think that was it. You'd have Candlehead, and then Francis Fluggerbutter. I had to look up some of the names. Oh, and there's also Swizzle Malarkey, the Swizz. And then I was also thinking you could have some effect cards. So there would be the Hero's Medal, which would be in King Candy's deck. And so he would have to give it to Wreck-It Ralph to get him to wreck Vanellope's car. And then there would also be, at one point he says, oh, Milk Duds. Oh, my Milk Duds. And so I was thinking that could be one where maybe you play that, and then you can go through your discard pile to find a card that you want again. And then, do you remember how Fix-It Felix gets caught up in the Laffy Taffy?
Oh, yeah.
So I was thinking there could be like a Laffy Taffy effect where maybe that makes Ralph so he can't be affected by other characters like the heroes. So you can keep him keep him on your side for a while. So then heroes, of course, would be Vanellope and her car. And then once you get her, you would have to play her immediately to the baking facility. And so your goal then would be to move her over to King Candy's Fungin, right? Another hero, Fix-It Felix. He could fix Vanellope's car if Ralph wrecks it. And that would maybe shuffle her back into the deck, you know, so yeah. And then also Sergeant Calhoun, maybe she could do something as an ally with Wreck-It Ralph too. And then I had a few other effects. This was one of my favorite parts, is Vanellope's medal. Do you remember where she wrote to Stink Brain?
Yeah.
You're my hero. So I was thinking that could turn Ralph back to her side. So if you get that one, then it turns him good again. So he could like be at the top of the board, you know, on her side. And then if you get him on your side, you can bring him down as an ally. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like a lot that it involves you like using Ralph to like break the car and stuff. I thought that was a good touch. It's good.
Yeah, I really like when you have to go get the heroes to go do other stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe he would be like in a little race car with his big head, you know?
Yeah. What about you, Brad? What would Oogie Boogie's token be?
Oh, I mean, because he's kind of got that almost mountain-shaped head, I almost just anticipate that being it.
Yeah.
And then maybe if it was even glow in the dark.
Okay, glow in the dark.
Oh, yeah, it's gotta be glow in the dark.
It's gotta be glow in the dark. Who does it? Ravensburg. Yeah, it's gotta be glow in the dark.
Yeah. The Frollo one would be Frollo's like hat in like flames, so there'd be like fire coming up over it, probably.
I like the idea of there being two medals, one that turns him to the villainous team and one that turns him back to being a hero. That's really cool.
I feel like King Candy, you could also do a similar thing to Ratigan as well. Like he's trying to be a good guy, but he's actually a different character in disguise. Like he's pretending to be somebody else, right? Isn't King Candy pretending to be like a virus? Or not a virus, like he's the bad guy, like his game got turned off.
Yes. Yeah, he doesn't actually belong there. He's
Turbo.
He's Turbo. That's right. He's Turbo.
So it'd be interesting if that got revealed, that Turbo came out at some point.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I would love to see another double review.
That would be really cool. Like
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Like if you make him so mad that if you beat him in another way, then it would get flipped and Turbo would have to come out.
Oh, that's fun.
So my idea is Bradley Uppercrust III from the Extremely Goofy movie. And I've heard so many forums about people coming up with Disney villains, and I've never seen him before. I've never like heard anyone suggest him, but then when I started, they like popped up and I was like, it's so obvious because he's like one of like I'm just really excited about him. So hi Emma. This is I don't know if you guys can see, but this is like what I was thinking for like the box cover. So you have Bradley Uppercrust, and like the box would be like this maroon, the color of his shirt from the movie, and then hi Emma. And then the tagline for him would be "Cheaters always win," because his whole point during the whole movie is like, we're gonna cheat, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
And so Bradley's objective for the game would be to win the College X Games. And he would, in order to complete Bradley's objective, you would have to recruit Goofy to join the Gammas. And then you would have to have 5 cheat cards placed at the X Game location at the start of your turn. So
okay, I like that.
Play 5 cheats for Goofy to win. Not Goofy, for Bradley to win. And Goofy at some point will have to be recruited to your team, but then he can go back at the end, and I'll show you like why in a minute. For the board location, I was thinking it would be like the Gamma House, and then like the college classes, and then like the coffee shop that they go to and have that confrontation with like Max, and then the final one would be like the X Games.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the idea with like some of them do with like the the Horn King, you have to get like the Cauldron Born at each location. So this one would be to get 5 cheat cards at the X game location. So some of the examples of like cheat cards would be like taking rocks out of the wall during the X Games, or letting the marbles fall onto them. Or in the movie, they say Operation Grandma, where they have like a grandma across the street, a fake grandma, to like change the course.
I love that.
And then one of my favorite parts in it is that during the race, they go, so one of the guys goes, "Hey, isn't that Mickey Mouse over there?" So that would be the car, and everyone, "Mickey Mouse," and everyone turns to look and see if Mickey Mouse is there, and then they change the direction of the course. So,
I like that. I love
so
it.
that would be some examples of like some cheat cards. And then the way Goofy would work, so you would have to recruit Goofy onto your team, and there would be different cards in the deck that would allow you to search for Goofy, that would give you that ability to search through the hero deck to find Goofy. And then once you find him, you have to play him to the board, and then you have to defeat him, but you like recruit him. And then once like you recruit him, he becomes one of the Gammas, and you must recruit him before you win the game. But in the movie, Goofy gets onto them that they're cheating. So in this game, Goofy is onto you, and once you've placed 3 cheats on the X Games, you lose Goofy. But once you lose, but if you place 3 cheats before you have Goofy, you cannot play Goofy again. So you kind of have to play. You have to make sure you play Goofy before you play those cheat cards. And then if Goofy is lost and Max is already to the board, then Goofy's going to get played under Max for +2 strength given to Max.
Ooh.
And then some Bradley cards would be like teaching, like get ready to wipe the dirt off my shoes, freshman. I'm not sure you understand. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Nobody quits the Gammas.
Oh, is that how he gets Goofy back?
Yeah, so this is how he gets Goofy back. So he could recruit Goofy with these cards that would be played. And then I was kind of playing with nobody quits the Gammas. That's like the big line that he kind of plays. And I think if Goofy starts to suspect you, you can play nobody quits the Gammas, and he has to stay on your team for a little while longer. And then some hero cards, I was thinking the beret girl in the coffee shop that does the snap.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I love that.
She come out. Her name is actually Beret Girl, because I went to go find her actual name, and that's what she's credited as.
Beret girl.
Yeah. And then Bobby, and then PJ, and then Max, and then some of the allies would be all of Bradley's crew, Bradley's frat. So that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's a working idea. I
really like that idea that he gets onto you. He figures it out as you're going. That's really fun.
Yeah.
I also like that it's a lesser known villain. And I don't know. I like when Disney actually allows the board game, what company it is that does it. I can't remember.
Ravensburg.
Like I'm like with the Black Cauldron character. I like when they use some of the lesser known Ratigan and some of these. It's kind of fun. Plus, I have an attachment to that. Not only is my name Bradley. First time we watched that movie as a family was at Disney World. And there's a scene where someone's like, I don't know, Brad. And my entire family spent the next 2 weeks saying, whatever, Brad. To me.
Or wasn't it like, what's wrong, Brad?
Yeah, that would be one of the cards too, because he goes, one of his cards, his effects would be, it's called like, don't you ever call me Brad.
What's wrong, Brad? Don't you dare call me that.
So I was thinking the token would either be like a helmet, or no, I was thinking his roller skates, because he does the roller skates in the X Games.
I mean, call me crazy, you guys. I think we just designed the best expansion to Villainous.
Yeah.
I do think that there is coming a Pixar Villainous. It's almost too obvious. There's so many great memorable villains in that universe, if you want to call it.
Yeah, like Sid would be so fun.
Yeah.
There's a million.
Sid would be a good one.
Yeah, his goal could be just to like maybe burn or rearrange toys somehow, like
Oh, oh, like change their heads and their body. Oh, that's
like
fun.
what if it was almost like a, do you remember dress up dolls, how you would like mix
Yeah.
them up?
Yeah.
It would be cool to do something like that with his, maybe, you know, you have to get
Yeah.
What if like each card had like a different part to it and you have to like create like line them up and stack them to create different
Yeah, like
pictures?
you had like Buzz's legs and Buzz's head, and then you gotta like swap them.
like maybe you have to get
fun.
maybe you have to get like 5 mismatched toys, and then you have to get them to a certain section and blow them up at the end. You know,
Yeah,
that would
that'd be good. My favorite would be Otto from WALL-E. I would want like the wheel. I'd want him to. I saw that somebody had come up with an idea for one. I didn't know what it was though. But my idea would be hide the plant life from the captain and the people on the ship.
Oh, that'd
I
be
like that.
really good.
For the people in the comments, I absolutely loved all of your comments on our other Disney Villainous video. Great ideas. I'm going to pop some up here right now. And you guys just came up with some really awesome ideas for Shan Yu and how Frollo would work, and just a lot of really creative ideas out there. So really awesome. I really enjoyed reading them. And I hope you guys can help us expand on our ideas. And we'd love to keep geeking you out with you in the comment sections.
All right, so again, we just want to thank Mackenzie and Jonathan from Terra Dice Games. What a fabulous couple. What a fun channel. So much fun getting together with them. We hope you enjoyed this little video and that it maybe encouraged you to get Villainous, and if you have it, maybe it has sparked some interest in what could those next villains be in the next expansion. And if you want to watch more of their videos, you want to follow them, all of their information is in the description down below. I would really encourage you to subscribe because they are just awesome.
And if you are interested in a Disney vacation, you can contact me. My name is Jamie Thomas. All my contact information is in the description below. I do Universal and Disney vacations. So whether your favorite villain is Voldemort or, you know, maybe Maleficent.
She's got vacations for you.
I do. You can contact me via email, jamie@clickthemouse.ca, or the website, www.clickthemouse.ca/JamieQuote. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for Mackenzie and Jonathan for joining us. Bye!
Bye.